On May 7, 2021, America ran out of fuel. Not because of a war, not because of sanctions, not because oil wells ran dry, because one hacker group, sitting in front of laptops, typed a password and shut down the pipeline supplying 45% of the East Coast's fuel in 45 minutes. Panic buying erupted across 6 states. Gas stations ran dry. Airports started rationing fuel. The U.S. government declared a national emergency. The entire attack cost the hackers approximately $35 in software tools. The damage cost America $4.4 million in ransom and billions more in economic chaos. And here is what nobody told you after that attack. It was just the beginning. In 2024 alone, cyberattacks on American critical infrastructure increased by 70%. In 2025, they got worse. And right now, today, foreign governments are already inside your power grid. Your water system. Your hospital. Waiting. Welcome to Cities Explained, and today we are pulling back the curtain on the most dangerous weapon in the world, one that has no trigger, no explosion, no warning, and your country is already under attack. Forget missiles, forget tanks, forget nuclear warheads. The most effective weapon in the world right now costs nothing, requires no army, leaves no fingerprints, and can shut down an entire country from a laptop in another continent. It is called cyber warfare. And in 2025, every major power on Earth is fighting it, right now, silently, invisibly. Russia, China, Iran, North Korea. All 4 have dedicated military units, thousands of trained hackers, whose only job is to break into the infrastructure of other countries. Not to steal secrets, not to embarrass governments. To get inside. And wait, pre-positioned inside power grids, water systems and hospitals, ready to detonate when the order comes. China's hacking group, known as Volt Typhoon, has been found embedded inside American power utilities. Not for days, not for weeks, for months, sometimes years. Sitting silently inside the systems that keep your lights on and your water running, waiting for a signal that has not come yet. In 2024, Chinese cyber espionage surged 150% overall. Attacks on financial services, manufacturing and industrial sectors, up 300%. Taiwan faced 2.4 million Chinese cyberattack attempts every single day. And Volt Typhoon, another Chinese group, silently compromised at least 9 major American telecommunications providers. They had access to the private phone calls of presidential candidates for up to 2 years. Before anyone noticed, Russia targeted Ukraine's infrastructure with 4,315 cyberattacks in 2024 alone, a 70% surge in a single year. Power stations, water systems, government services, military networks, infrastructure warfare, destroying a country's ability to function without firing a single bullet. Let's talk about what these attacks actually target. Because it is not military bases, it is not classified government servers, it is the water coming out of your tap, the power keeping your lights on, the hospital that would treat you in an emergency. In 2023, a hacker group backed by Iran gained access to a water treatment facility in Pennsylvania. They took control of the systems that regulate chemical levels in drinking water. They could have poisoned the water supply of an entire American town. They were stopped. But the access was real. The control was real. And the same vulnerability exists in approximately 150,000 water facilities across the United States. In 2024, American Water, the largest water utility in the U.S., was hit by a cyber attack. It serves 14 million people across 14 states. The attack forced the company to disconnect customer systems and pause operations. In Texas, 3 cities had their water infrastructure hacked in a single wave of attacks. One attack caused a water tank to overflow. Another forced a city to shut down entirely and switch to manual operations. No water means no hospitals. Most hospitals would be forced to close within hours of losing water access. A water cyber attack does not just cut your supply, it shuts down emergency medicine for an entire city. And hospitals themselves are already under attack. In 2024, Ascension Health, one of America's largest hospital networks, was hit by ransomware. Hospitals lost access to electronic health records. Lab systems went offline. Surgical systems went dark. Doctors and nurses were forced to read medical charts on paper. In 2024. In America. Because a cyber attack deleted their ability to access patient records. 5.6 million patients were affected. And in Germany, in 2020, a ransomware attack on Düsseldorf University Hospital forced emergency patients to be redirected to other facilities. One patient, a woman needing urgent treatment, died during the transfer. It was the first confirmed death directly caused by a cyber attack in history. Not a bomb, not a missile, a password, and a ransom demand. But cyber attacks are not just about shutting things down. They are also the most profitable crime in human history. In February 2025, North Korean hackers stole $1.5 billion in a single attack, in one day. $1.5 billion. Stolen by a government, using keyboards, in 24 hours. More than most countries earn in a year. The target was Bybit, a cryptocurrency exchange in Dubai. The method was a supply chain attack, compromising a third-party vendor to get inside Bybit's systems. By the time anyone noticed, the money was gone. Untraceable. Converted and scattered across thousands of wallets. North Korea's cyber division, known as the Lazarus Group, has now stolen an estimated $3 billion in cryptocurrency since 2022. That money funds North Korea's nuclear and missile program. Every dollar stolen from a crypto exchange around the world directly pays for the weapons pointed at South Korea, Japan, and the United States. And cybercrime is not limited to nation-states. The average cost of a single data breach in America reached $10 million in 2025, more than double the global average. In 2025, cybercrime drained $21 billion from Americans alone. In 1 year. That is more than the GDP of many countries, stolen not by armies, but by people with laptops and stolen passwords. So here is the question that should make you furious. If governments know that China is inside the power grid, if they know Russia is attacking water systems, if they know North Korea is stealing billions, why is almost nothing protected? The answer is the same answer we have given in every Cities Explained video. Money, politics, and a system designed to react, not prevent. Over 80% of America's critical infrastructure, power grids, water systems, pipelines, hospitals, is owned by the private sector. Private companies. With shareholders. With quarterly profit targets. Cybersecurity costs money. It reduces profit margins. And for decades, the government did not require private infrastructure owners to meet any mandatory cybersecurity standards at all. The GAO, America's independent government watchdog, found in 2024 that most federal agencies responsible for critical infrastructure had not even conducted basic cyber risk assessments. The law required them to. They did not. And here is the supply chain loophole that makes everything worse. Chinese manufactured devices, IP cameras, routers, sensors, inside American critical infrastructure grew by over 40% between 2023 and 2024, despite being officially banned by the U.S. government. The bans exist on paper. The devices keep getting installed. Because procurement cycles are slow. Because white-labeled hardware hides its origins. Because nobody is checking. 43 small American utilities were found to have 885 Chinese manufactured devices, many of them surveillance equipment, connected directly to the internet, inside the systems controlling water and power for real American communities. And when geopolitical tension rises, the attacks surge immediately. When U.S.-China relations deteriorated, pre-positioning inside American power grids intensified. When the Middle East conflict escalated, Iranian cyberattacks on American energy infrastructure spiked 133% in 2 months. The boundary between cyberspace and geopolitics has completely disappeared. Every time a world leader makes a threat, the hackers start moving. And the infrastructure of ordinary people pays the price. Let's go back to May 7, 2021. One hacker group. $35 in tools. 45 minutes. And America ran out of fuel. Now imagine that attack, but on your power grid, your water supply, your hospital network, all at once, coordinated, by a government with thousands of trained hackers and years of pre-positioned access. That is not a hypothetical. That is the documented capability of China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea right now, today. Cyber attacks on American utilities surged 70% in 2024. Then 234% in a single quarter. The FBI recorded over 1 million cybercrime complaints in 2025 alone. 1 in 6 data breaches now involves a nation-state actor. And the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, America's top intelligence body, declared in 2026 that cyberspace is now the primary arena of global conflict. Not land, not sea, not air. Cyberspace, the most dangerous battlefield in history, where the weapons are invisible. The soldiers are anonymous. The targets are hospitals, water plants, and power stations. And the battlefield is already inside the infrastructure of every country on Earth, including yours. The Colonial Pipeline hackers asked for $4.4 million. America paid it in 24 hours. What will the next group ask for? And what happens if the answer is not money, but darkness? Drop your answer in the comments, because I genuinely want to know. Which do you think gets hit first? The power grid, the water supply, or the hospitals? Share this video, because the more people understand this threat, the harder it becomes for governments to ignore it. Subscribe to Cities Explained. The dangers hiding in plain sight are everywhere. See you in the next one.